Number 15. Why silence rules. Japan's trains board a Japanese train, and you'll witness something extraordinary: thousands of people traveling in near-perfect silence. The bullet trains may reach 200 miles per hour, but the quiet inside feels almost sacred. Taking a phone call? That's social suicide. Loud conversations? You'll earn disapproving stares that could freeze sake. This isn't rudeness, it's meiwaku, the art of not being a burden to others. Watch passengers communicate through subtle nods and gestures, like a choreographed dance of consideration. Eating smelly food, applying makeup, or playing music without headphones breaks this unspoken contract. First-time visitors often feel like they've accidentally entered a library on wheels. The silence reflects Japan's deeper obsession with social harmony, where individual comfort never trumps collective peace. Yet this railway reverence creates something magical: a mobile meditation space where millions can decompress during their commute. While other countries' subways pulse with chaos, Japan's trains offer sanctuary. But step off that train, and you'll encounter another ritual that speaks volumes about respect and hierarchy. Number 14. The bow that can save or shame you in Japan. Your bow reveals everything: your respect level, social awareness, and cultural intelligence. A casual head nod might work with friends, but meeting a business executive demands a precise 45-degree angle held for exactly the right duration. Too shallow? You're arrogant. Too deep? You're mocking. Mix it with a handshake. Prepare for awkwardness. Bows aren't just greetings. They're apologies, gratitude, and public shame rolled in the body language. When corporate scandals hit, watch CEOs bow so deeply and for so long that cameras capture their humiliation. These aren't empty gestures. They carry the weight of centuries-old Confucian values, where outward respect reflects inner virtue. Tourists often overthink bowing, creating comical moments, but locals appreciate sincere attempts over perfect technique. The bow culture stems from a society built on hierarchy and mutual respect, where your posture literally speaks before you do. Yet if bows feel formal, wait until you experience Japan's most vulnerable tradition, one that strips away all social barriers, literally. Number 13. Bathing naked with strangers. Welcome to the onsen, Japan's hot spring baths, where clothes are forbidden and inhibitions melt away. For many visitors, the prospect of communal nudity feels terrifying, but in Japan, it represents ultimate equality. Rich or poor, young or old, everyone's the same when the towels come off. The ritual demands perfection. Scrub every inch of your body at washing stations before entering the mineral-rich waters. Miss this step and expect serious judgment. Tattoos often ban you entirely, thanks to their Yakuza Association's a policy that catches many travelers off guard. But for those who embrace it, onsen culture offers profound intimacy without words, technology, or social pretense. These steaming sanctuaries connect to Shinto purification beliefs, where cleansing the body cleanses the spirit. Conversations happen in whispers, creating bonds through shared vulnerability. The experience transforms skeptics into believers, revealing how physical intimacy can build community trust. But from these serene mountain retreats, we rocket into urban landscapes where Japan's obsession with convenience reaches absurd heights. Number 12. Japan's surreal vending machine obsession. 4 million vending machines dot Japan's landscape, one for every 30 people. They're not just selling drinks. They're cultural phenomena dispensing everything from hot ramen and fresh orchids to used underwear and rhinoceros beetles. Yes, you read that correctly. These mechanical marvels reflect Japan's efficiency obsession. They're maintained with surgical precision, rarely vandalized, and restocked like clockwork. While other countries struggle with theft and damage, Japan's trust-based society treats these unguarded treasures with respect. The machines adapt to Japan's space constraints, providing 24/7 service without human staff in a country where real estate costs fortunes. Some offerings border on bizarre canned bread, insect snacks, or emergency umbrellas, yet locals treat them as perfectly normal. Foreign visitors often photograph themselves with the strangest finds, turning vending machines into tourist attractions. This automated army showcases how Japan seamlessly blends convenience with cultural quirks. Speaking of quirks, nothing prepares you for Tokyo's most colorful neighborhood, where reality takes a rainbow-colored detour. Number 11. The street where reality becomes cosplay. Harajuku transforms Tokyo's streets into a living anime convention. Here, teenagers morph into elaborate characters, from Sailor Moon warriors to gothic Lolitas to creatures that defy classification. This isn't child's play. It's rebellion disguised as fashion, a colorful middle finger to Japan's conformity culture. Takeshita Street pulses with creativity as young people reclaim their individuality through fabric and fantasy. These aren't costumes, they're armor against a society that often demands uniformity. The movement exploded in the 1990s, creating subcultures so distinct they earn international recognition. Tourists flock here like pilgrims to a shrine of self-expression. What's remarkable is the coexistence traditional Meiji Shrine sits blocks away from girls dressed as cartoon characters. This juxtaposition captures Japan's essence, ancient traditions living alongside radical innovation. For many participants, Harajuku offers the only space where being different feels safe, where imagination trumps expectation. But while fashion rebels push boundaries on the streets, Japan's most traditional sport maintains boundaries that haven't budged for centuries. Number 10. Sumo wrestling's forbidden secrets. Sumo wrestling appears deceptively simple: two massive men pushing each other around a ring. But peel back the surface, and you'll find rituals older than most countries, sacred traditions that would make monks jealous, and controversies that rock Japan's cultural foundation. The doyu isn't just a ring, it's a Shinto shrine where salt purifies. Ceremonial stomps drive away evil spirits, and every movement carries religious significance. Wrestlers live like monks in communal stables, following dietary rules, hairstyle requirements, and hierarchical codes stricter than military discipline. Their lives are not their own. They belong to an ancient tradition. Here's the shocking part. Women cannot enter the sacred ring. Even female mayors awarding trophies get banned, sparking national debates about tradition versus equality. When female officials collapsed ringside, male officials hesitated to help, fearing contamination of the sacred space. These moments expose how deeply gender restrictions run in Japan's cultural DNA. Yet from this male-dominated arena, we move to dining rooms where simple utensils carry the weight of funeral taboos. Number 9. The wrong chopstick move can offend. Chopsticks in Japan aren't just eating tools, they're cultural landmines waiting to explode your social standing. Stick them upright in rice, and you just recreated a funeral offering. Pass food directly from your chopsticks to someone else's? Congratulations, you're mimicking bone-passing rituals from cremation ceremonies. These aren't arbitrary rules, they're deeply connected to death rituals that Japanese people learn from childhood. Point with chopsticks, lick the ends, or rest them incorrectly, and you'll feel the room's temperature drop. Proper etiquette demands specific rest, gentle placement, and movements that show respect for both food and fellow diners. Beyond taboos lies artistry. Japanese meals reflect seasonal beauty, autumn leaves and presentation, spring colors and arrangement. Every dish tells a story of balance and harmony. For hosts, watching guests handle chopsticks correctly signals cultural awareness and respect. Master these wooden wands and you've earned a seat at Japan's cultural table. But while dining demands delicacy, Japan's festivals throw etiquette out the window entirely. Number 8. Festivals where streets turn into chaos, forget everything you know about. Japanese restraint during Matsuri festivals. The nation loses its collective mind in the most beautiful way possible. Streets explode with thundering drums, towering floats, and enough energy to power small cities. At Hidaka Matsuri, thousands of nearly naked men wrestle in freezing temperatures, turning spiritual purification into extreme sport. Kyoto's Gion Matsuri features floats weighing several tons, dragged through packed streets by dozens of men, creating organized chaos that somehow never results in disaster. Food stalls materialize overnight, selling everything from octopus balls to rainbow cotton candy, transforming neighborhoods into outdoor carnivals. These festivals reveal Japan's hidden passion, the wild celebration lurking beneath polite society. Rooted in Shinto traditions, they blend spirituality with community bonding, creating moments where social barriers dissolve. The fascinating part? Even in chaos, order persists. Festival goers clean up meticulously afterward, proving that Japanese discipline survives even the wildest celebrations. Yet when the sun sets, Japan's nightlife reveals another layer of complex social rules. Number 7. Why nightlife has unwritten rules. Japan's after-dark world operates on invisible codes that confuse outsiders and define insiders. Hostess bars don't sell romance, they sell conversation, companionship, and the illusion of being interesting. Physical contact is strictly forbidden. Think of it as expensive therapy with cocktails and compliments. Karaoke culture demands its own etiquette. Sing enthusiastically, but share the mic. Cheer for others, even if they're tone deaf, and never ever criticize someone's song choice. These aren't just entertainment venues. They're pressure release valves for a high-stress society. In red light districts like Kabukicho, certain establishments discourage foreigners unless accompanied by locals, maintaining tight-knit community bonds. Even drinking follows rules. Never pour your own glass, always serve others first, and participate in frequent toasts. These customs reinforce Japan's group harmony values, making even leisure activities about collective respect. The nightlife reveals Japan's duality: structured fun, regulated rebellion, pleasure within precise boundaries. Speaking of boundaries, Japan's smoking rules will flip your expectations completely. Number 6. Smoking allowed here, banned there. Japan's smoking culture creates cognitive dissonance for visitors. Light up on busy Tokyo streets and face fines and public shaming. But step into certain bars and restaurants, and you can smoke freely while others eat nearby. This isn't inconsistency, it's calculated to social engineering. Designated smoking areas cluster smokers into glass booths and corner spaces, creating organized addiction zones. The logic? Protect non-smokers from secondhand smoke in crowded public spaces while preserving individual choice in private establishments. Enforcement surprises. Many violations bring real consequences and stern reprimands from authorities. This approach reflects Japan's broader philosophy: balance personal freedom with collective welfare. The smoking paradox showcases how Japan navigates modern health concerns while respecting established habits. For tourists expecting Western norms, these reverse expectations create constant surprises. And speaking of surprising social norms, Japan's approach to romance and affection will challenge everything you assume about love. Number 5. Public affection? Better keep it private in Japan. Public displays of affection are about as welcome as loud phone calls on trains. Hand-holding might be acceptable, but kissing in public draws stares that could wilt flowers. This isn't prudishness, it's cultural consideration, where private moments stay private out of respect for others. Even married couples often avoid obvious affection in public, reflecting a society where restraint shows consideration for those around you. The philosophy extends beyond romance. Any behavior that might make others uncomfortable gets discouraged. This creates interesting contradictions. A country with thriving dating industries, themed relationship cafes, and romantic media, yet couples keep their passion behind closed doors. For visitors from more physically expressive cultures, the lack of PDA feels restrictive, but it ties to Japan's group-oriented values. Individual desires never outweigh collective comfort. This romantic restraint coexists with one of the world's most sophisticated dating cultures, proving that passion doesn't require public display. Yet Japan's most beloved public spectacle celebrates beauty that's here one day and gone the next. Number 4. Cherry blossoms are more than just flowers. Every spring, Japan transforms into a pink and white wonderland as sakura blooms trigger national euphoria. But Hanami flower viewing represents far more than Instagram opportunities. These gatherings beneath blossoming trees become temporary communities where strangers share food, drinks, and celebration. the deeper meaning runs philosophical. Sakura symbolize mono no aware, the bittersweet awareness of impermanence. Their brief blooming period reminds observers that beauty is fleeting, life is precious, and moments must be treasured. This Buddhist concept of impermanence shapes Japanese aesthetics, poetry, and daily mindfulness. Hanami parties can last all day and into the night, with co-workers, families, and friends claiming spots under pine trees. The blossoms influence everything from tea flavors to fashion colors, creating a nationwide seasonal rhythm. This collective appreciation for temporary beauty reveals Japan's unique relationship with time and nature. But while cherry blossoms celebrate life's fleeting moments, Japan's longevity secrets seem to stretch time itself. Number 3. Why Japan leads in longevity. Japan consistently produces the world's oldest people, and their secrets might surprise you. Diet plays a starring role. Fish, rice, miso soup, and green tea form the foundation, while portion sizes remain modest. The concept of Harajuku, eating until 80% full, prevents overconsumption. But longevity isn't just about food. Japanese society keeps elderly people active and valued. Many continue working past retirement, remaining socially connected and mentally engaged. Okinawa, home to the most centenarians, embraces ikigai, life purpose, as essential to health. Having reasons to wake up each morning apparently adds years to life. Exercise integrates naturally through walking, cycling, and daily activities rather than gym obsession. Social structures prevent isolation, keeping elders connected to communities. Traditional practices like green tea ceremonies and seasonal eating maintain healthy rhythms. This culture of wellness creates remarkable longevity, though modern work pressures threaten these benefits. The contrast between long life and overwork leads us to Japan's darkest cultural phenomenon. Number 2. When work literally kills. Karoshi, death by overwork, stands as Japan's most tragic cultural export. This uniquely Japanese term describes sudden death from stress, exhaustion, and heart failure caused by excessive working hours. The phenomenon emerged during Japan's post-war economic boom, when company loyalty meant sacrificing everything, including health. Employees regularly logged over 100 hours of monthly overtime, treating weekends as suggestions rather than rest periods. Corporate culture demanded visible dedication. Leaving before your boss showed disloyalty. Taking vacation days implied laziness. Some workers literally died at their desks, victims of a system that confused endurance with excellence. Though laws now attempt to limit working hours, social expectations persist. Many employees still hesitate to use all their vacation days, fearing career consequences. Families of Karoshi victims have successfully sued corporations, sparking national conversations about work-life balance. This phenomenon reveals the dangerous extreme of Japan's disciplined culture, where dedication becomes destruction. Yet Japan also offers a philosophy that counters this intensity with profound simplicity. Number 1. Zen, the art of living simply. Zen isn't just meditation or temple visits in Japan. It is a complete life philosophy that shapes everything from architecture to daily routines. Rooted in Buddhism, Zen emphasizes mindfulness, simplicity, and finding extraordinary beauty in ordinary moments. This philosophy created Japan's minimalist aesthetic, from uncluttered homes to elegant gardens where every stone has purpose. The influence extends everywhere. Tea ceremonies that transform drinking into meditation, rock gardens that inspire contemplation, and design principles that prioritize space over stuff. Modern Japanese minimalism, now globally popular, traces directly to these Zen roots. But this isn't about emptiness, it's about essence, removing distractions to reveal what truly matters. Zen practices like meditation, calligraphy, and flower arrangement aren't separate activities. They're ways of approaching everything with presence and intention. This philosophy offers the ultimate counterbalance to Japan's intense work culture, providing inner peace amid external pressure. It represents Japan's greatest gift to the world, the understanding that true richness comes from simplicity, that beauty exists in imperfection, and that the path to happiness runs through acceptance rather than acquisition. From silent trains to Zen gardens, Japan teaches us that the most profound truths often hide in the smallest details. In a world obsessed with more, Japan whispers the radical possibility of enough.